Diamond page where stories collide. Love and life, we take the ride. Economy stirs, society hums. Grab your seat, the future drum.
All right. It's yet another fantastic time of DMP Sports. And then my name is Kweku, aka Captain. I'm here together with KD and then William. We are here to just release a pack of action-trailed games across the world from the world of sports, where we'll be discussing about the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the German Bundesliga, the France League, and of course the Italian Serie A. So on my left, I will just hand over the mic to William to just talk about how he feels today. So, William.
Well, I feel great. Coming up on this weekend, we had fantastic matches, and then I was excited, especially about the Liverpool and the Chelsea game.
Great. Okay, KD, what do you also make of this?
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit down, but because I just enjoyed an amazing and I'm even short of words, but it was a fantastic game. I wanted Arsenal to draw or lose, right? But of course, at the end of the day, it's never happened. And also, Man City, wow, what a game! What a game against Brentford. What a game!
I believe as Arsenal is getting closer and closer to the title, of course. West Ham also had a bit of shortfall over there, looking at them edging closer to the relegation zone. Okay, so William, talking about yesterday's game between Chelsea and then Liverpool. Apart from the draw that came up, were you expecting probably Chelsea to win or Liverpool to trash Chelsea? Because they haven't won a game in say six games.
Yes.
And then traveling to Anfield. I mean, what was your expectation back then?
Well, being a Chelsea fan, I wasn't expecting too much from Chelsea because coming up from 6 matches without a win, I mean, I was excited by the draw, honestly.
All right, so it's fair to say a point was good, right?
I wish Chelsea won, but it was fair.
Okay. So KD, looking at the league table, apparently, do you think Chelsea still has a chance to qualify?
To be honest with you, I don't think so.
William, do you have any other?
We have a chance.
We have zero chance qualifying for.
Unless maybe a miracle happens, but I don't think as of now they have a chance.
Mathematically, we still have a chance, but no.
Well, you may never know.
Realistically.
You may never know. Okay. And then moving on to the second place team, that is Manchester City. Earlier yesterday, they did also have a fantastic run. Were you expecting a win over Brentford?
To be honest with you, I was expecting the same result. I wanted Man City to win at least to just keep the fire going against. But yesterday, trust me, to be honest, the game was tactically, City was there. I enjoyed it. In fact, right from the blast of the whistle, from minute 1 till the end, I really enjoyed every bit and pieces of the match. And that was Pep Guardiola's handiwork. And I was really, really, really happy watching the match.
Pep Guardiola, of course, the master of all games. And then, William, do you think Man City has a chance? Looking at the number of games left, 3 games left, and then 2 for Arsenal, do you think Man City will still maybe pull out a surprise at the end of the season?
Yes, I think City still has a chance because on goals difference, they have the advantage there. They're still praying for Arsenal to just drop a point. So I think they still have a chance because EPL surprises are always happening day, week, and out. So
I beg to differ because looking at the trajectory of English Premier League, anytime a particular team is to win the league, you realize that most of the things go in their favor. It has happened to United before. It has happened to City before. It has happened to Liverpool before. Right? Last season, we saw all those things, right? And even today's game, look at what happened. People are saying it's a clear goal and all those things. It went in favor of Arsenal. Trust me, I am saying that Arsenal, they've not bottled the league. They have taken the league. This time they've made history.
Think Arsenal has a chance over City?
Of course. Oh, they have 100%. As at now, what's the points difference?
5 or so?
Yes, it's 5 points as at now.
But don't forget that City has...
Yes, they have. Fine. Okay, let's do this mathematics.
Okay.
They'll win on Wednesday against Crystal Palace. How many points?
2. Yeah.
Arsenal have Burnley to play at Emirates, and they have Crystal Palace away.
To play away.
between Man City and Arsenal. Arsenal, I don't know for City now. I have to check the teams they are to play, but I think
They
it's
play
tougher than I think Everton.
Brighton, and then
Everton also.
Everton
It's
midweek.
tougher
Yeah,
than
true. That is true.
how do you call it? Arsenal.
That is
so
true.
at the end of the day,
Yeah, I said it weeks ago that the relegation depends on Leeds United, and the league title depends on Crystal Palace. Because Arsenal is playing Crystal Palace, City is also playing Crystal Palace, and then Tottenham playing Leeds, and West Ham also playing Leeds United. So whoever wins those games get the edge.
they have the edge.
Yeah, I think you raised a point there regarding the relegation battle, and then looking at today's game, where I earlier mentioned I was expecting West Ham to pull a surprise, but it's unfortunate that it didn't go their way. And then looking at West Ham, they have a high chance of going on relegation. What does it mean? What does it mean for the competition itself? They have a great stadium, the London Stadium. When you go there, they'll be blowing bubbles and then all that. And then looking at all this, going to the championship and then all that. What does it make of
It
the
is
league?
it is really going to take something out of the league, right? Because West Ham that we know is a very big club when you go to how do you call it, UK.
Yeah.
So personally, I think that it's really going to take a little beauty out of the league because of what they offer. Right. When you go to the London Stadium, trust me, the atmosphere is something
Superb.
else.
It's superb, yeah.
Right. So they're going on relegation. To me, I don't want them to go. But for now, I don't know. They don't really have any other option.
I think for a long time, having two London clubs battling on a relegation zone, it's heartbreaking, but definitely one will fall.
1-4. So you think Tottenham will sail through?
Well, it will depend on the match between Tottenham and Chelsea, honestly.
But I think I wanted to make a correction. Manchester City, they have 3 remaining matches.
Yes,
Crystal
yes,
Palace,
yeah.
Bournemouth, then Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I just
Okay.
wanted to clarify.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And then looking at one game that happened yesterday, that was between Sunderland and then Manchester United. For some reason, United and then Chelsea were battling the 7 and 8 position.
Yeah.
Somewhere mid league, and then looking at
January.
where United has been, I think they are third on the league, right?
Third.
That's honestly,
They've secured,
I do not like Man United, but I think that is an impressive run from Michael Carrick. Do we expect maybe are we expecting more from Manchester, maybe to close up the gap and then perform in Europe when next season comes up? What is the expectation?
Yeah, definitely. I think United is going to play in Europe next season. But looking at the game, if you look at Sunderland this season, actually they've taken a lot of points from these big
The
clubs.
big clubs, right?
So I wasn't
At the
surprised.
lights, at the Stadium of Lights. Yeah.
Yes, I wasn't surprised. The match ending draw, because even though United are on a fantastic run, but I think Sunderland is a good team.
No, but for me, I think this game, the result it ended was lack of tactical bankruptcy from the side of Michael Carrick.
What makes you say that?
One, when you watch the match critically, Joshua Zexi, I didn't see the use of that particular player in that team. Because one, as a striker, of course, fine. You don't have pace. You are very skillful.
Yeah.
So I was expecting you to be holding on the ball for you to draw players on your side,
Right.
and create spaces, right, for your players to find, and what you just lay a pass. But any pass that comes to him, he will just lay it one off. I don't know whether if he was afraid. To be honest with you, let's say watching the match, I was very, 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 very angry.
Or could it
Very,
could
very,
it be
very
that
angry.
probably he hasn't been starting, so he wanted to impress?
Of course,
perhaps?
well, no, but if you want to impress, must you be playing like how you were playing? No. Prove your points, prove. And that is why I always say that Michael Carrick, they are not supposed to give this particular job to Michael Carrick. No, because tactically he wasn't there. He isn't there. And United are winning based on movement, right? They are just basing everything on movement.
Okay, so let's put the EPL aside. Looking at them entering into the European competition, do you think the team will be shaky? Do you think there's high chance for them to say proceed to like every stage of the competition?
So going to Europe, it's really going to be difficult. In Europe, you are supposed to play at your A game, right? Yeah. That one is there, and also the materials you will acquire is very, very important. Right now, Casemiro is going. United need to buy like 2 defenders. Ugarte is also leaving. United need to buy 2 midfielders. They need to buy an additional striker. I don't know if Haaland is going to come back. They need to also buy like a proper defender, right? Just to support the ones that we have over there, right? And when we do that, of course, I'm sure we are going to, in fact, United, we are going to really, really perform wonders in Europe.
Great.
Well, I think if you qualify for a Champions League, the probability of attracting good players
it's very
so
high.
key. So I'm sure United is going to strengthen their squad during the summer. And then don't forget, World Cup is also at the corner, so they're going to have a scout there.
Right. Yeah, so lastly, still sticking with Manchester United, you know, just a couple of days back, the Sports Writers Association did vote for Bruno Fernandes as the player of the season. Yes, he's had an incredible run. You know, he's gotten like 19 assists and then
19 assists and 8 goals.
Yes, which is impressive. So I think, what do you make of his performance this?
To me, he deserves it because he has really worked hard for it.
Right.
19 assists. I think he's just one shy of equaling Thierry Henry and Kevin.
Great.
It's not just that. 8 goals from attacking midfielder. Automatically, if you have a midfielder who gives you 19 assists and then 8 goals, bro, you are qualifying for a Champions League or you are getting an Europe spot. So, I mean, he deserves it.
KD, do you have any?
Oh yeah, of course. To be honest with you, like he has won man of the match, a player of the month 6 times, right? And any player winning man of the player of the month 6 times, of course, it depicts, like it speaks for itself. So to be honest with you, for me, when I heard that he's won it, I wasn't in doubt because we were all expecting that, because based on the performances that looking at the criteria, he falls within all those things. So I think that he deserves it.
That's been great. Okay, so let's wrap up with some tidbits around the world. You know, PSG has already won the Ligue 1. Barcelona also winning the Spanish La Liga. Inter also winning the Italian Liga. And then the big match today, that is Barcelona and then Real Madrid, that is the El Clasico. Do you have any prediction for
to be honest with you, based on the current issues we are hearing from the camp of Real Madrid, I expect Barcelona to take advantage. I know even though today Lamine Yamal is not playing, but I expect them to take advantage of whatever that is going on in the camp of Real Madrid, and of course outscore.
So you are predicting Barcelona to trash Real Madrid. Yes. William, do you have any diverse?
Well, we are going to have 2 champions today. I'm sure that is Paris. If he wins today, he's going to win the Ligue 1. Okay. And then Barcelona, even if a draw, will still clinch the La Liga. To me, looking at the camp of Madrid, at least a draw and a win for Barcelona, and PSG, a win for PSG.
Great. Okay, so lastly, before we go to the Champions League, Europe, and then Conference, just this weekend, Chelsea is playing Man City in the FA Cup final. Are we going to see Chelsea pulling a surprise against Man City, or Man City, as usual, will go on with another trophy in their cabinet for winning the Capital One Cup already?
So when it comes to this kind of matches, trust me, form doesn't really count. Right? We've seen it several times, countless times. And a game between already City, they have dismantled Chelsea already
3-0.
3-0. So one would say that, okay, based on that, they can declare that, no, Man City are going to trash Chelsea. But I don't think so. Because yesterday, watching the match against Liverpool, I realized the introduction of Cowell and James in the middle. Trust me, it's really stabilized Chelsea as compared to their previous games. Right. So I think that it is really going to be difficult for Man City to just walk over Chelsea. Right. It will take moment for Manchester City. Because yesterday, watching their game, first half they struggled, but second half that is when they try to find loopholes and what punish Brentford. And in fact, this game is going to be very, very, very difficult. But it will take, in fact, the tactical prowess of Chelsea. They don't have any coach now, so Pep Guardiola is an expert, right? So it will take the tactical prowess from Pep Guardiola to clinch another title away from Chelsea.
Willie, your team Chelsea plays City.
Well, Chelsea going to Wembley, they are unpredictable. No matter how bad their form, they are still unpredictable. And like you said, it takes a moment. And you can go to City, you can go to Chelsea. But for a Chelsea fan, I would love Chelsea to win this FA Cup.
Of course, but to be honest with you, I will say that if only Chelsea they defend very well and take their movement, because I know their striker João Pedro, the guy is so good, so gifted. I wish I can get such striker at United. Trust me, like we would score any team that comes.
You have Sesko, come on.
Yes, Sesko is a very prolific. But you see the movements of João Pedro. Come on.
I think having James and Cowell back alone is a big boost for Chelsea.
Well, that is a fantastic game that we'll be really looking forward to. And then to close the chapter for today, just last week we had some games from the Champions League whereby PSG did ride over Bayern, and then they are going to meet Arsenal. Arsenal is their first time over 20 years being in the Champions League final, yes. And then PSG being the previous holders, are we to expect a back-to-back win from them, or perhaps Arsenal will also say will have a chance to?
So this
Looking
game,
at where they did come from.
So this game, I want to base on today, the match I watched today. If you are really going to base on the match Arsenal, this kind of game Arsenal play, trust me, PSG will dismantle them. But of course, I know Mikel Arteta, he learns. So I know he is going to really steady one or two things and maybe. But in this game, to be honest with you, I find it very difficult to predict. To be honest with you, like if I'm basing on past glories, then I will say that PSG, because they are the current holders, and the game they played against Bayern Munich, I would say against them, they are going to win.
Okay, how about you?
Oh, it's hard to predict. PSG, this is their second final. Arsenal, this is their second final. And it's against the best defense as against the best attack. If Arsenal defends well, they will win the Champions League. If PSG attacks well, they will win the Champions League.
Arsenal winning the Champions League, wouldn't that bring an end to what football is? Wouldn't football die?
I don't think so. I think they've had a good run in Champions League this season.
They've not lost a game.
So
they conceded only 6.
If they win it, I think they fully deserve it.
They fully deserve it. Okay, that's great. And then looking at the other games in Europe, that is the Europa League. Aston Villa from London, of course, is going to face Freiburg in Germany. Do we expect Aston Villa to win a third European trophy in their history?
This game too is going to be very difficult because Aston Villa themselves, they have not really, for the past 5 games or so, they've not really performed very well. I think yesterday they drew a game that we were expecting that they were supposed to win. But when it comes to Champions League, like a final game, it's a different thing altogether. And their coach, he's an expert in that. So I think Aston Villa is going
Aston Villa. Aston Villa Freiburg?
Yeah, I'll go for Aston Villa because, like you said, Unai Emery, I think, won the Europa League with Sevilla 3 times in a row. This tells you the pedigree of this coach in this competition.
Experience.
So I think he has experience to win the final.
Okay, and then last, that is the Conference League. We have Crystal Palace meeting up with Rayo Vallecano of Spain.
Vallecano is not an easy, and yet it no be easy give them to.
You know, easy,
like like tactically they are very good.
Right.
Looking at their run, and even yesterday, I thought in fact the match they played, we were going to lose. But see, at the end of the day, they came out, and for this one, I'm really going to go against England. I think Vallecano, they are going to win this one.
Right.
Well, I think if Rayo wants to win this tournament, then they have to solve the problem of the physicality of front there. Because Mateta, on any day, every defender will struggle.
I think he scored today, right?
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
score.
Mateta scored
Equalizer,
today, yeah.
So they have to deal with Mateta before the edge pass Crystal Palace.
Okay, so you are going for Crystal.
I will go
right?
for Crystal Palace.
Crystal. Okay, so we have Aston Villa winning, Crystal Palace from you, and then a balanced game between the two teams.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and then looking at the European competition this season, in the Champions League, England had six teams,
Yeah.
and then there is one England team in the final of the Champions League, one England team in the Europa League,
So
one
it gives you-
England team in the Conference League. What does it tell about the competition in England?
So it is very keen, and I have seen that it has really developed as compared to previous years. A lot of coaches have really learned from their past mistakes, and they have capitalized on it to also improve their teams. Glasner at Crystal Palace, right? He has been superb this season. Already, people were linking him to Liverpool job, Chelsea job, Manchester United job, and all those things, right? So that tells you, right? That tells you it speaks for itself. And I've seen that in England. In fact, a lot have changed, and in this season they've really done massive job over there. So they deserve it.
Great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing the curtain to an end, and then let me remind you that we'll be here again to update you on the UEFA Champions League Final, the Conference League, of course, and then the Europa, as well as the English FA Cup, whereby Chelsea is going to face Manchester City. I would like to show my appreciation to my analyst here, William, and then KD also. And then our massive thanks to our producers,
Man Bregel,
Man
Level.
and then Man Level. So,
And also our listeners and our fans.
Right. So don't also forget that we'll be with you throughout the season of the World Cup. Every game that Ghana Black Stars play, we'll be here with you. And then don't forget that we might pay you a surprise within your vicinity, your neighborhood where you used to watch football. So just watch out for us. This is DMP Sports. Catch you some other time.
Down, down, down. Da, 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 down, down, down. Diamond page where stories collide. Love and life, we take the ride. Economy stirs, society hums. Grab your seat, the future drums. A diamond page, oh let's engage. Every topic, every stage. Borderlines blur, but hearts stay true. Diamond page is all for you. The brass is bold, the groove runs deep. Thoughts to ponder, truths to keep. Snap your fingers, feel the flow. Diamond page, now here we